Hi, this is Group 22 from Cluster and Cloud Computing Project 2. In this video, I will introduce the Ansible scripts to show the deployment process of our system and how it can dynamically scale out. The first thing to do is to create instances in the MRC. Since we already have our whole system up and running, we will just show the running process without actually deleting the previous instances. The parameters we use are set in this configuration file. Here I run the create instances playbook to show the validity of our deployment script. But since the instances names and other parameters are not changed, this will not affect the running instances. And for the rest parts, I will just introduce without actually running to avoid infecting our existing system. Since this deployment process can be long, I will just start to introduce the scripts first. While creating instances, the first step is to setting up environment in localhost and then retrieve all the available OpenStack images. Next, it will use the variables set in this configuration file to create volumes, security groups, and finally instances. After creating instances, here we use a template to automatically save the IP addresses of remote instances and assign different roles to them. This is the auto-generated hosts file. Then we need to configure the instances we just created. During configuration, the first thing to do is to append proxy settings to remote instances to give them access to external internet. Next, we need to set up Docker, and this is following the standard process. First, we need to install dependencies and mount volumes to the instances, and then set up the Docker application. After this, we need to set up CouchDB cluster. First, we start a CouchDB, a Docker container with CouchDB on all nodes, and then we set up the CouchDB cluster on the master node. Here, if I use this command here, we can see that our CouchDB cluster has already been set up. Finally is the deployment of the harvester and the front end. You can see that all the playbooks are organized and corresponding running scripts are also provided. For deploying from scratch, you can also combine the playbooks into one. Like here, I combine the creating and configuration file into one. And here we also add a remove instances playbook to automatically delete the whole system. So this is basically all for the system deployment. Since this running can be too slow, we might accelerate this part of the video. Now this running is done. We can go to the dashboard on MRC to see the instances. Again, here the instances actually have already been deployed before, so this is just for demonstration. And this would be all. Thank you for watching.